What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Game Week FC. My name is Travis. My brother Parker is not here for this video. We actually recorded this yesterday together, but his audio, video, stopped working about halfway through. So I'm having to redo this by myself because we only have one day until the first game. So what you're looking at on the screen is our week 36, this past week's bets. We both performed similarly. I went 6-4-1, 6 wins, 4 losses, and 1 push. Parker went 6 wins and 5 losses. Now our overall record, Parker went 9-1 last week, and so he has caught up to me slightly. I still have a 4-win lead, but I am 170 wins, 173 losses, 17 pushes. Parker's 166 wins, 181 losses, 13 pushes. So decent week. I was really concerned after the first day because I was like 1-3. So I'm glad I turned it around. Sunday's games really saved me. So yeah, happy about that. The best bets, favorite bets did not hit this time. So all right, let's get into the first game of the weekend. We have Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Parker's bet is actually, I'm going to start with my bet. So I like to look at like the XG, expected goals and expected assists from the last 5 games for teams. And I'm not going to lie, guys, the XG and the XGA stats are super similar for both of these teams. Liverpool have had their expected goals has been bottom half of the league in the last 5 games. Villa is a little bit better, but I just think, Villa at home, I get it. They have a European Cup they're looking forward to, but guys, this is their last home game of the season. They want to go into that Cup game, in a positive way. So I'm going to go double chance Aston Villa. And also, I'm going to go under 4.5 goals because, once again, the XG has not been that good for either team. So that gives us minus 115, which is pretty solid. Parker has taken Tino bet Liverpool, which that's not a bad play at all. I mean, Liverpool are the favorites in this game, so yeah, that's what we're going for. I do like sprinkling Aston Villa corners money line because I do think that they've been getting a lot more corners recently than Liverpool. So yeah, I like that as well. Let's move on to our next game. Man United, Nottingham Forest. Now, once again, I'm going to go back to the last 5 games for both these teams. Nottingham Forest have been performing fantastic lately. I'm not going to lie. Nottingham Forest last 5 games, they've been top 4 in expected goals against. So their defense has been, really good lately. They've had a better XG as well than Man United. So better XG, better XGA. I'm really tempted to take Forest double chance here, but I'm actually gonna take under 3.5 goals at minus 190. It is kind of sketchy that the over under is at 2.5 because Man United are known for scoring goals, but I think there could be some rotation risk here. And just the fact that they're not creating a lot of XG at the moment, their minds could be on the beach. So that's what I'm taking. Parker's taking over 9.5 corner kicks at minus 165. That's interesting, I suppose, because both teams average a decent amount of corner kicks. But all right, let's move on to the next game. Wolves versus Fulham. Now I got some decent stuff for this game. My pick is Wolves or tie. Okay. My reasoning here. Yes, they're shambolic. Okay, yes, they've been playing really poorly. Parker in this game has both teams to score. So I just think, once again, going back to the last 5 games, similar XG, similar XGA. Okay. Fulham are playing really poorly right now. Their manager's rumored to leave, but it's not confirmed. So it's an awkward period right now for them. Wolves don't really have anything to lose here. Both teams in bottom 3 for expected goals in the last 5 games. And expected goals against is pretty similar. Both teams have only scored 1 goal in the last 5 games. I think Wolves have a chance in this one. It's their last home game of the season. They got nothing to lose. I think this could be, I don't know if it's going to be low scoring or if it's going to be high scoring. It could go either way. You got bad defenses, but you also have recently bad offense from both teams. So maybe they just break loose and score goals, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was 1-1 or 0-0, but 1-0 to either side. But yeah, that's what I got for that game. Let's move on to Leeds versus Brighton. Sorry. I'm tempted to take a draw straight up. I'm not gonna lie. Parker took Brighton money line. Yes, they're fighting for a little bit more at the moment, but Leeds are one of the most informed teams in the league right now. Okay, you cannot write them off. So something that's crazy here. Last 5 games, Leeds have been third best. They have the third best XG. They have the second best XGA. Okay, so they're playing well on offense and they're playing well on defense. Brighton XG ninth best, XGA 5th best. Okay, last 5 games, both teams have scored 11 goals and both teams have conceded 5. Okay, that just that feels like so even to me. So I feel like a draw is very, very possible, but that's not what I'm taking. Okay, one thing that I have seen based off the last 5 games is that Brighton have had way more corner kicks than Leeds United. Okay, Brighton will be the more desperate team. These odds have already changed. Last night when I picked it, they were plus 105. Now they're minus 115. I love that. Brighton have had the 3rd most corner kicks in the last 5 games. They've had 30. Meanwhile, Leeds have had the 2nd lowest. They've only had 17 corner kicks in the last 5 games. Brighton's a more desperate team. This is one of my favorite picks, I'd say, in this game. I'd probably take Brighton most corners and double chance Brighton if you want to double down, but not quite feeling like doing that. All right, Everton, Sunderland. Now this is my favorite. This is gonna be my favorite bet, just because I love convenient. No, that's not the word. The irony of this game. So Everton are the most average team in the league. Okay, statistically. Listen to this. So they have a 0 goal differential. They've scored 46 goals. They've conceded 46 goals. Everton, they've had at home, is that right? Yeah, no, that's not right. Okay, overall, they've had 13 wins, 10 ties, and 13 losses. Okay? Now, here's the kicker. Okay? At home, in their home games, they have been the first team to score 8 times. They have There was no goals once. Okay, it was a 0-0 draw, and then they've conceded first in 9 home games. So that's 8-1-9. Okay, the only thing that would make them the most even average team in the league is if they scored first in this game. Okay, so I'm going to take Everton to score the first goal, and to double down on my point, Sunderland have conceded first in 61% of their away games. Okay, so that's what I'm taking. It's going to be my favorite bet, but I'll let you guys know about that at the end of our picks. But Parker, I believe, let's see what he took. Parker took over 0.5 Brian Brobby shots on target, which I actually really like that. I think Brian Brobby could score. This game could end in a draw, but I don't really feel comfortable taking Sunderland at the moment. So yeah, Everton first goal, Brian Brobby shot on target, book it. Next up, we have Brentford versus Crystal Palace. This game is tricky, okay? Parker took Brentford money line. Yes, they are playing for more than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have a cup final coming up. I believe it's a week after Sunday. But I don't feel comfortable doing that, okay? I actually think Crystal Palace are underrated in this game. I think this could be a double chance Palace. Because in the last 5 games, Palace have had a superior XG and XGA. 4th best XG, 7th best XGA. Brentford have not been very good. They've been 7th best XG, 13th best XGA. Could be both teams to score since, both teams' XGA has not been good. Palace could be resting players. I don't think they will, honestly, because it's 7 days out. But I'm gonna go with Brentford to have the most corner kicks in this game. Now those odds have changed too. It was minus 195 last night. Now it's minus 205. For those that know, all of our picks are under minus 200. All right, I'm still taking this Brentford most corners because that's what the odds just changed on me. Okay, you could probably go to a different betting site and find it for less than minus 205. Brentford most corner kicks. Okay, they've had slightly more in the last 5 games, but I'm picking this just because Brentford's going to be the more desperate side in this game. While I do think Crystal Palace could get a result, Brentford will be desperate and they'll probably create more opportunities, which will most likely lead to more corner kicks. Okay. All right, moving on to Newcastle versus West Ham. Parker has taken a player prop here. He's taken, where's he at? The guy that we all love, Jared Bowen, to have a shot on target, minus 160. Yeah, guys, this is what I'm taking. I bet these odds have changed as well. I'm taking Newcastle to score the first goal. Okay, odds have not changed. Newcastle have scored the first goal in 72% of their home games this season. All right, that's kind of insane. West Ham have conceded first in 55% of their away games. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. It's hard talking the entire time without a break. Usually Parker gives me the rest I need. But, guys, first goal, Newcastle. I feel like Newcastle, people might, just because West Ham are fighting for relegation, I think people will think that Newcastle will not really take it seriously. But this is Newcastle's last home game of the season, and they've been playing better as of late, and Eddie Howe was rumored to be getting fired. I think Eddie Howe wants to go out with a bang, okay? I think he wants to remind people what he's all about. So I don't think Eddie Howe really gives a shit about West Ham getting relegated or not. I think he's kind of a savage manager. So I'm going to go with Newcastle score first. I also think that Newcastle will get a lot of shots and shots on goal because West Ham are actually, what are they? West Ham are one of the worst teams at giving up shots on target, and Newcastle are fifth best in the league at getting shots on target. All right, yeah, that's a sprinkle as well, 6+ shots on target, but Newcastle first goal is my bet for this game. Moving on to the Arsenal. All right. I don't like this game. All right, I really don't. Parker took, what did he take? Parker picked Victor Gyökeres to score. I really don't want to back Arsenal in anything, if I'm being totally honest. My pick in this game was Arsenal spread. Arsenal minus 5.5 spread. That was my pick. Don't know if I feel great about it, but I think if Burnley can frustrate Arsenal in any way in the first half, I think Arsenal could get like 6 corner kicks in the first half, maybe more. So that's what I'm going to take in that game. I do like a Trossard to score or assist. I think that's a value there as well. But this is probably my least liked bet in this game. All right. I just hope Burnley can spoil things for Arsenal. I want somebody to spoil it for Arsenal, honestly. Okay, moving on. We actually have two other games that aren't on here that are going to be played on, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. And that is, it's the Chelsea-Tottenham game. I'm going to take Enzo Fernandez to score or assist in that game. That was my pick. I mean, I believe there's another game Bournemouth versus City. I'm going to take Bournemouth. If I can get him at +1, I'm taking Bournemouth +1, okay? And then Enzo Fernandez score says Parker has double chance Tottenham against Chelsea. I think that's supposed to be good odds. I think he forgot to do the Man City game. So I guess he'll just I'll just pick a thing for him. He'll probably pick Erling Haaland to score. All right, that's probably his bet for that game. Oh no, he had Ryan Cherky shot on target. That's what it was. It was Ryan Cherky shot on target. There you go. That's his bet for that game. All right, and our favorite bets. Parker had his favorite bet was Jared Bowen shot on target. My favorite bet, I already told you guys, is Everton to score the first goal. And that's all she wrote, folks. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I personally plan on putting like $50 on all 10 of my games. Maybe not the Arsenal game, but I don't know what those odds are, but they're probably really freaking insane. Yeah, hopefully it all works out. Hopefully we get a good score this weekend. But all right, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you next video. Adios.